Hello, have you ever wondered how high the sky is and how thick the ground is? Or have you ever been curious about how deep the ocean floor is? What have humans discovered in the deep sea? Let's explore and imagine that you are fully equipped and on a submarine in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, a magical journey begins. Before we start, let's learn about the ocean. We know that there are 7 billion people living on Earth, dominating the planet and changing its ecology with their every move. However, there are still many unknown truths in the ocean beyond the land, waiting for humans to explore the surface of the Earth. 70% of the Earth is covered by the ocean, and nearly 95% of all organisms on Earth come from the deep sea. By the end of 2019, the total number of marine organisms had exceeded tens of trillions. Perhaps for marine life, humans are rare creatures, and the enormous size of the marine population has also led to excessive exploitation. But even though nearly 5 billion marine organisms are consumed every year by humans, the total amount of marine life remains relatively balanced thanks to the huge regulating capacity of the marine ecosystem. As a complex and sophisticated ecosystem, the ocean has advantages that cannot be compared to the land, such as its robust layering ability. From sea level to the bottom of the ocean at 10,000 meters, every few hundred meters is a different world. The highest peak on Earth, Mount Everest, has a maximum altitude of 8,844.43 meters, with few human footprints. However, it cannot compare to the Mariana Trench, which is 11,000 meters deep and home to a variety of aquatic creatures. To understand the world 10,000 meters underwater, we must start from sea level. 3 meters underwater is the average depth of swimming for an ordinary person, where human activities have caused various forms of pollution. At a depth of 20 meters, coral reefs and algae can be seen everywhere. Living at this depth not only avoids human interference, but also does not affect its absorption of sunlight. 40 meters underwater is the maximum depth for ordinary human snorkeling. Only trained divers have the courage to continue diving deeper. Even with full equipment, professional divers can usually only reach a depth of 100 meters, and the closed pressure at the bottom of the water can easily cause dizziness and disorientation. Moreover, in the 100-meter water tank, there are some large marine creatures, such as the North Pacific giant octopus, which is 6 meters long. In front of humans, it is like a giant, and one careless move can be attacked by these large creatures. Let's continue exploring and come to the view at 200 meters underwater, where the visibility is continuously darkening and the faint light makes green plants almost extinct here. However, this does not affect the survival of various fish, but the most common creature here is a species called the yellow egg fish, which can grow up to 10 meters long. If successfully caught by humans, it can be a bragging right for at least half a year. At 300 meters underwater, strange creatures are increasing, including a species called the Gans giant turtle crab, which is also refreshing people's understanding. Its 4-meter-long limbs and small head are very mismatched, but the streamlined body can help them move quickly underwater, facilitating their predation. Continuing to dive to 500 meters underwater without any lighting equipment, we cannot see the surroundings clearly. Occasionally, a few beams of light appear, which are the searchlights of the submarines. Human submarines mainly gather at this depth, and this is also a paradise for large marine creatures, where various whales and sharks dominate the deep sea area. Of course, there is also an exception. The emperor penguin from Antarctica can also dive to this depth with its powerful air exchange function. As we continue to descend, our vision gradually darkens, reaching 900 meters underwater. At this depth, the creatures are all afraid of light sources, such as the giant squid. Despite their 10-meter-long and towering stature, they can only crawl slowly on the seabed. When we reach 1,000 meters underwater, the number of creatures begins to decrease, and the marine architecture here is almost zero. However, this is still not the end of the darkness, so we continue to descend. A group of giant sea turtles appears in front of us. In addition, a species called the goblin shark also dominates here. The high pressure in the deep water makes them look fierce, but this is actually more advantageous for them to prey. They will not appear in the diving area, otherwise humans will only become their prey. Now the span has increased, and we have reached a depth of 2,000 meters underwater. Not to mention light. Even fish are almost extinct, but one species can still reproduce in large numbers here. Its name is the black dragonfish, which suggests that it's a fish. However, to adapt to the pressure of 2,000 meters deep, its body has become cylindrical and almost indistinguishable from a torpedo. They have a built-in photosensitive system that can perceive the terrain ahead. At a depth of 3,000 meters below sea level, the average water temperature drops to 0 degrees, and the average water pressure reaches 300 atmospheres. Sperm whales live in this area, and they are the deepest diving whales, diving 3,000 meters deep to catch delicious giant squids. Continuing down to a depth of 4,000 meters, there is a sunken ship that everyone is familiar with, the Titanic. Unfortunately, the Titanic sank on its maiden voyage, taking with it a gem called the Ocean Star. Although countless salvagers have attempted to explore the Titanic, its depth of 4,000 meters has deterred most people. The Titanic has been designated as an underwater cultural heritage site, and without government permission, salvage operations are not allowed below 5,000 meters, making it an unfamiliar area for humans. 30 years ago, a Japanese submarine visited this area, but had to turn back when the hull pressure could not be sustained at a depth of 6,000 meters. In 2012, China's Jiao submarine became the first to reach a depth of 7,000 meters, breaking the record for the deepest submarine dive to 8,000 meters. At this depth, there is only darkness, but there are still fish that live here. A creature called the Mariana snailfish can breathe easily in the deep sea thanks to its unique respiratory system. Finally, we arrive at the seabed of the Mariana Trench, which is located at a depth of 10,000 meters. As early as the 1950s, American researchers successfully measured the depth of the trench using sound waves. Of course, there is no sign of life at this depth. Throughout human history, only one submersible has been to this location. According to the crew's description, the deepest part of the trench is as rough and desolate as the surface of the moon. How many secrets and truths are still buried in the mysterious ocean? It is all unknown, but as long as we continue to explore without stopping, whether it is the vast universe or the mysterious ocean, we will one day find the answers we are looking for.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel so that you will be the first to receive the latest videos from us. Click the red subscribe button. Thank you.